Hello guys, and welcome to Should I Play This? Today I'm going to take a quick look at I Am Bread, which just came out on Steam. And this is a puzzle game where you're a piece of bread and you're trying to make it to the toaster. So here we are in the tutorial, and I'm playing with the mouse and keyboard, but you can also play it with a controller. The way you move your bread is that you press 1, 2, 3 or 4, and then that will bind the bread in that corner, and then you can move it and nudge it. And as you can see, the way to actually move it forward is the see-through bread in front of my bread. It moves perfectly, and that's because it's supposed to show you in the tutorial how to do it. But the game is quite hard to get a hang of, and moving your bread around. Here we jumped a little bit in the tutorial and I made it to the bottle, and I can interact with an object in the game by logging onto it, and then I can move it around and do stuff. Here I moved my bread further into the tutorial, and now my little piece of bread is trying to climb this wall, which is also not that easy. You just have to get the hang of it, and I have to, in this case, press 3 and 1, and then I can slowly swing it up, and it'll start moving up the wall, and you can see the see-through piece of bread showing me how to do it again. Come on, little bread, you can do it. Oh, that's the first step. Never mind, we'll jump on and take a look at the story-based mode. So the first scenario is the kitchen that I have not cleared, as you can see. So we'll get right into it. So here we get a look at a piece of paper from the therapy barn describing a therapy session with Dr. Merton. And apparently he's having some psychological trouble. So what we learn from this piece of paper is that Mr. Merton is very angry with Carpet World, and that he intends to go shopping and eat himself to death. So here we are in the kitchen, and as you can see, we are a loaf of bread, and that bread right there, the brown one, we're trying to break free. There we go. Let's get out of there. I'll press Q, and I'll press W, and I'll press free, and I'll press all the buttons trying to get free. Come on, little bread, break free. There we go. So now we just have to figure out how to become toast. And in the kitchen there's a toast machine, which makes that something we can achieve. Yeah, I'm just nudging my way past the butter, getting a lay of the land. Right below this table there's a skateboard, and I'm going to try and see if I can jump onto it. So let's cut to that. So here I'm going to try desperately for the skateboard, because if I hit the floor, I will start to deteriorate like this. You can see the edibility meter goes down quickly, and when it reaches 0, I'm going to have to restart the level because I'm not edible anymore. And that skateboard's not very helpful either. So here we go. I failed this scenario and have to restart it. When you fail the scenario enough times, then you will get a little power up, as you can see in the bottom left of the screen, the glowing thing, and that will give you invulnerability, so you don't die from touching the floor. So now I have invulnerability. It's signified by these stars that's hovering above my little piece of bread, and this means I can move anywhere in this level without having to restart. So now it's basically become free roam, and I get this because I died many times trying to reach the toaster, not being successful and not getting onto the skateboard and all these things. So now I can make it my way to the toaster without too many problems. So here I made it a bit further. I need to make a steep climb up this place. So a very vertical climb. I'm trying to hit 2 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 and so forth, and slowly make my way up. You can also swing to the left and the right by just pressing 4 and then swinging around. That might be faster if you get the hang of it. So now I'm at the top, so now I just need to to gain some momentum and then let go. There we are. And you can see the toaster in the distance. You can see the heat rising from the toaster, and that's where my little piece of bread wants to go. Apparently that's the bread nirvana. So here I made it all the way to the toaster, and trying to get into the actual toaster is not that easy to do. You have to get the side of your bread into the toaster without overshooting or falling to the side. You can see there I'm pretty much overshooting there, I can't get into the toaster. So now I'm trying to nudge a little bit back and get into it. And that goes horribly wrong. I have to try something else. And you can tap Q, for example, and attach yourself to a spot on the toaster, or W. There's different parts of the toaster that you can attach the bread to. Here we go. And now we are toasting. As you can see in the bottom right corner, and now I hit 100%, so I am toast. And that's how you beat a level in I am bread. You have to become I am toast, and then you can move on to the next level. So here we get another piece of paper from the therapy barn, and I'll read the first segment out loud. Mr. Merton was very distressed throughout the session. He arrived early exclaiming that his house had been broken into, but there were no sign of forced entry, and the assailant had only been in the kitchen. He had not reported it to the police as he believes the council were tormenting him and the police would be in on it. It took 3 subtle hints that his 60 minutes were up before Mr. Merton ended his session. So apparently a little piece of bread is driving Mr. Merton crazy. So here we are in level 2, the lounge, breaking free again, and that is basically how I am bread continues. And you can see this puzzle is harder than the first one. I hope this gives you the basic idea of what this game is all about, and thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. And don't forget to subscribe. Maybe next time we'll play I am Wiener Schnitzel or something like that, who knows.